So, in case you're unfamiliar, Golden Demon is basically considered to be the most prestigious miniature painting competition in the world. Like, when are you gonna join these ranks? Dude, the guys that win these competitions are nuts. It's honestly insane. So this just happened last weekend at Spiel in Germany. So it takes place in Essen. I know a lot of German viewers are actually here, but it is something that I didn't know happened. Like, I didn't know that Golden Demon was even a thing until like a year ago. And yeah, just the quality of work is ridiculous. So there's a bunch of different categories. So Warhammer has a few different games, like a bunch of different wargaming tabletops. And the first category, probably the most popular category, is Warhammer 40,000. And then this is the single miniature category specifically. So this one won gold. And just like the straight up cleanliness of all of the work is ridiculous, man. These figures are a few centimeters tall, tops. These are not... Okay, maybe few is a bit of a, you know, an exaggeration. But these are maybe like, I don't know, I'm guessing maybe 6-7 centimeters or so. While this is a gorgeous mini, it's from the Tau army list. And as such, I'm required to hate it. Yeah, fair. This guy looks a lot like Arthas. Very different style of painting. But also equally very, very cool. And then we have Andy Wardle, who's a very well-known painter, who got third for this particular category. I freaking love these colors, man. It's so bright. All right, now I'm a sucker for any unit. I really like Duel, which is a section we'll get to in a moment, and I also really like just any sort of like miniature that sort of tells like a story. So this is the unit category, where obviously you have to get a whole unit of dudes. We got a group of space wolves. Very, very cool. Dude, this one is nuts. This is Handarian, who actually comes to the stream chat all the time. And I asked him a few weeks ago what he was working on, and he didn't want to say anything. But this is... Dude, like, just to, like, let you know, this is all brush painting, right? Like, this is all... These transitions are incredibly difficult to pull off. It's all so smooth. Freaking beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. And we have Eric, who has a more classical approach here to doing a squad. Just 5 minis that you can actually use for tabletop. Although I can imagine none of these actually get used for tabletop because the quality is way too good. If you drop them, that would be a shame. But yeah, beautiful stuff. Like, for example, the reflection of the fire here onto the guy's head and the backpack. And, you know, you can see it reflected as well over here. Some on the weapon. Like, it's all just so nuts. Same over here. Like, the little effect here on the weapons. Yeah. Insane. Dude, look at this. Look at this for Orktober, right? Like, one hell of an entry, man. These are so sick. How do you even paint this? Seriously. A lot of these, by the way, are also not like official miniatures that they will just straight up sell. So a lot of these guys will do custom modeling too. So you are allowed to, like, for example, I mean, make your own miniatures and then add parts to it. I don't really know exactly what the rules are. I'm guessing you need to use at least some part that is official Warhammer. Yeah, so this is pretty much, I mean, there will be some airbrushing and all that sort of thing, right? But this is pretty much all just brush painting. Which is just ridiculous. This is another fan favorite. Look at this stuff. The quality of the freehand work is so high that it looks like it's printed. But it's not. This is somebody going at it with a tiny brush. I have one of, like, I have a dreadnought, not quite this one. But to just, you know, give you the scale, this is about the size of one, right? So this is one I painted last year. I mean, here's the size of my thumb, right? Like, they're about, it's so freaking tiny. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful battle damage, too. They usually add a lot of battle damage just to, like, maybe hide some imperfections and all that, too. But, like, look at all the highlighting and the perfect transitions and all the rest of it is so sick. Look at the crushed little Tyranid over here on the base. Whew. Yeah, this is a beauty. Then we have Snaky Boy. This is the new Fulgrim mini that came out this year. I don't really love this miniature as much. I know a lot of people in the community absolutely adore it, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Like, obviously the paint work is phenomenal, right? But it's not my personal favorite. Yeah, the skin is just, yeah. This section on the skin, like this over here. Like, if you would need to commission somebody to paint a ball sack, this guy would be, like, at the absolute top of my list. Look at this one, bro. Look at this one. Single miniature Age of Sigmar. What? Sorry, what? How do you even? So this one actually did win overall best in show. So you get something called a Slayer Sword. So you have to, like, first win your category, and then you have to win from every single category too. Beautiful, man. This thing is insane. Yeah, look at the little pages over here. They're writing on the book. The candles. He actually did post a... where is it? He posted it on his own Instagram as well a few days ago. And somehow, like, I feel like these photos on the official website, like, they look a little bit artificial, right? Because they obviously, like, they get rid of the background and all the rest of it. Here's the pictures he took himself for his own Instagram. And somehow I like these better, man. Yeah, it's just, I guess it's just more in scale, like it's just more clearly real. It's so, yeah, it is insane. There's smoke inside of the bottles. Yeah, there is smoke over here too. It's insane. The Magister of Hammerhall is what he calls it. For years I wanted to create a classic wizard or alchemist in a tower. I designed my own character heavily inspired by traditional Empire battle wizards. I included 10 references to the Sigmar name, either the letter S or his full name throughout the piece. Insane. This guy has already won a bunch of different golden demons in the past, so I can't click on his profile without logging in. I don't really know how to log in. But yeah, insane. Here's the other two entries. Or not two entries, sorry. The other two winners. So silver and bronze. So cool, dude. The plinth is also somehow really cool. This is just like an old beam. It's just wood. I am a sucker for cool plinths. No, you have to bring them in person. Yeah, so people you don't ship them. Painting something like this would take hundreds of hours, right? Like you're not gonna send that in the mail. But deciding like which one wins is always going to be like a heated debate, right? Because it's very much so up to the personal preference of the judges, too. Like, we're... At this point, like, all the quality of the work is just insane. Like, these guys are... You know, how do you judge it? There's different ways of painting. Like, some of it is cleaner than others, but is cleaner better? I don't know. I don't think so. Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Warcry Band, or Underworld's Warband. Seems like wood is just very popular. Just all tree trunks. Look at this guy with an arm. Ugh. I love this sort of stuff, man. Here's the Harbinger of Decay with a bunch of friends. Your wood isn't popular? Maybe make a plinth out of it, Weebuck. Maybe that'll increase its popularity. Yeah, super cool. I feel like this one looks better in person. It's kind of difficult to actually judge from this this picture. These should, by the way, just be actual logs. Although I don't know about the mossy bits. Like, these are actual, like, sticks. I would imagine, anyways. Yeah, this one doesn't look too impressive from the photos, but I'm sure in real life it looks insane. Large miniature category. This is very Slanesh, yes. Look at the colors though in the tights. Like, look at this stuff. It's like an oil spill, you know? But also like the freehanding on the rope over here at the top. And then like it fades into purple near the bottom. Kind of insane. Yeah. It's iridescent, exactly. That's so nuts. How do you even paint this? Seriously. Yeah, Warhammer in general is very PG-13, I guess. They don't really have anything that's too crazy, but these are as close to sex demons as they will go. They're actual all like, I didn't notice this initially, but they're all like half male, half female. So this one, for example, has one booba. Which is pretty cool detail. Look at this, dude. This is all custom made. Both of these are, as far as I know, not official things that are sold. Look at this stuff. What the fuck? How? How do you even... Because this is the shield and the sight and the bird from the Harbinger of Decay. But that's not the face of the Harbinger of Decay. And then you do, you know, when you finally painted all of this after hundreds of hours, you decide to risk it all with a resin pour. So this is like a translucent resin that you pour in at the last second. And then you let it harden over time. And you gotta make sure that everything is perfectly in place and that it doesn't spill over. You got droplets over here, a little bit of a dip in on the... Seriously. Nuts. Yeah, these bases look insane. Yeah. I don't even know what this is. But it's incredible. Again, something that will probably look better in person, because we can't really admire the wings. Like, I've noticed usually on minis like this, the wings are the most impressive part usually. And you just can't see them at all from this angle. Super cool. The Horus Heresy. Different type of game. Okay. So I think the Age of Sigmar and the 40k category are by far the most popular. So there's less entries for these. Many guys also have like multiple entries. Yeah, a 360 zoom in would be incredible, I agree. I feel like they almost should, man. Like, so obviously some of these, like this one, are meant to be viewed from the front. Like the back of this will be a wooden board. But, I mean, they're 3D objects, right? It would be fun if you could see them at least from a couple different sides. Very, very cool. Warhammer the Old World. I don't know anything about the Old World, but I'm guessing this is a wizard. You wonder which category has the least submissions? You can probably look it up. But the guys painting for these are still going to be insane. Oh, is this the new dragon thing that they released recently? Is that her? Dude. This one's really neat as well. Tiny little goblin. This guy will be like 3 centimeters tall tops. Obviously his weapon is larger, but very, very small. I'm a sucker for this one. We could still, you can still utilize the golden ratio, right? Color theory and everything is still here. Kind of insane. I don't know why the blossoms grow like this, though. That's not usually how trees do their thing, but I guess it's a fantasy world. Love the little pink petals as well on the floor. Yeah, super cool. Middle Earth. We get the guy from The Hobbit. Also, again, on like a bunch of wood. I guess he like took a beam of some sort and then like carved into it. It's pretty fucking cool. A lot of Nordic names? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a lot of Nordic names this time. I don't know. There's painters all over the world, though, man. You don't really need too much, right? Like, it's not, you know... I know it's a bit of a running joke that, like, Warhammer is a very expensive hobby. But, like, if you were to buy the tools that these guys use to paint this, they won't be using that much fancy stuff. You can spend months on one miniature, and it doesn't require, like, an insane amount of paint or whatever. It's just... it's a lot of skill. Blood Bowl. Which I think is like an American football type of game. I honestly have no idea what this even is. I don't know why this exists. But the minis are usually quite cool. Blood Bowl was one of the first Games Workshop products? Okay. I don't really like Blood Bowl very much usually, no. There are some cool minis, though. But I don't think there's as many entries for this as there are for some of the other categories. Necromunda. Another one of those games that I don't know. Are they on rollerblades? They are on rollerblades. Oh, there's a skull in the water. That's cool. Very murky. Kind of insane. Super cool. This is like a rogue trader, I think, right? Pretty insane. Okay, now the epic skill. Epic skill category. The scale is epic, as in like... the minis are very tiny. Like, these miniatures are the absolute smallest ones. But it's supposed to invoke, like, a very grand scale. I actually like number 3 the best. So this is the one that won. I like the bronze guy, I think, the best. Still, though, obviously, this is awesome, too. Epically small. Yeah, just like Crispy Tacos Super cool. We have some spaceships. Pension? Pension. Pension, right. We got Hendarian with another second place. Dude, look at this one, though. Look at this stuff. So, this is obviously going to give you the proper scale over here, because these are regular Space Marines that are supposed to be massive. Then we have a little Dreadnought over here. And now look at this stuff, man. There are Titans in lore, obviously, and they're always described as very big. But I feel like it never really does it proper justice. Yeah, I love this one. This one's sick. So much battle damage as well. I really like battle damage like that. It's so sick. The Diorama. Seriously, the quality is just nuts this year, man. What the heck? How do you even? Seriously. Just competing against this sort of thing is nuts. Here's the silver. Also fucking cool. Many of these guys will be professional painters, yeah. But many of them also will not. I mean, ultimately, you can only paint like so many hours a day, right? So many of these guys will just do it after work or whatever, but... It's so sick. This will not be gold paint, by the way. They're not using metallic flakes, I don't think. These are just shades of brown, yellow, and white. Just paint, bro. Nuts. Duel. Dude, this is so crazy. It's honestly impressive to me that they can make multiples of these a year. Obviously, the actual size is small, right? But, my god. All the little balls. What are these? He glued in little tiny balls all over the place. Are these the things that, like, are included in, like, the do not eat bags that you get when you know, buy something sometimes? What are they? Silica? That's all I got. Yeah, it's so sick. Then we have bronze. Again, one that I feel like the picture doesn't really do it justice. This is clearly a pillar with like 4 things. Like, I think there's stuff on either side. This is probably super cool in person. I feel like the picture over here is kind of eh. Are we shopping? Nope. We're admiring. The Youngbloods category. This is for young painters. I don't know what the cutoff is. I have no idea, but... quality over here is also pretty insane already, man. Would I buy any of these? Painted? I don't know. Probably not. Stan K. Not to be confused with Stank. We could have left a double space, I think. I think it would have been okay, Games Workshop. Stank. Bit unlucky. The open competition. Dude, how many categories are there? What? These are also insane, man. So open competition, I guess, is just whatever. Anything that didn't fit in the previous category goes. What the? It's a guy surfing on a giant water creature. I guess this doesn't fit any of the previous categories. Fair. Very, very cool. And then, yeah, this is the overall winner. Albert's third Slayer sword after triumphs in 2023 and 2006. That's pretty crazy. So he won the competition a couple years ago, and then back in 2006, and then this year. Ay. Pretty crazy. It's beautiful.